Happy New Year! Welcome to 2020.
2020. Long-awaited 2020.
We have waited for you. We bless you. We ask you to be gracious to us.
Be kind to us.
Be kind. Because we, your sisters, are on a debt-free journey.
Oh, yeah.
And we're here to tell you all about our 2020 goals.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
So we are going to be talking about all the different goals that we set for ourselves, because we talk a lot about goals and making plans. So it would be hypocritical of us not to talk about ours. So 2020, where do we start? Let's start from finances. What plans you got? I see Trevor nowhere. What is Trevor nowhere?
Listen, leave Trevor not alone.
What is Trevor nowhere?
He was in 2019. He didn't come to fruition, so I'm bringing him back. I'm carrying him with me to 2020.
Oh, hold on, guys. I'm just looking at this girl's
Listen.
sheet, and I'm just smiling. The first thing that caught my eye was Trevor nowhere. Like, what is
But that's
somebody's
not
son doing in your...
Listen. Trevor, if you're listening to our podcast,
20 goals.
you're in my 2020 goals.
Please, let's start with that. Explain.
We'll get back to that. Let's go back to the finances.
Let's talk about Trevor Noah. Please, what is...
Listen.
What is this?
He is the love of my life.
Okay.
But not really. But if you find someone who has qualities similar, but also God-fearing and wants children,
Trevor Noah doesn't want children?
No.
Yeah. Really? You can't even change his mind.
Yeah, he's still young. We can mold him. So, all you listeners, if you find a fine boy, from...
That is so funny. Oh, God.
You can send him my way. I'm very much willing and able to give him a chance. Okay, so my first goal is to be debt-free, for real.
Hallelujah!
For real, be debt-free in 2020. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you when, because that's going to be a surprise.
You better put a date to that.
I have a date, but I'm not telling the people when. This one is private, because I think all you instigators based on my 2019 goal.
You didn't even tell anybody before then. You didn't tell anybody then, so don't blame it on anybody. It's nobody's fault.
The universe was trying to conspire against me, but it shall fail. It too shall fail. Yeah, so 2020, debt-free. So that was my first goal. What's your first goal?
Well, I usually break mine down into different months.
Good
my
for you.
my overall goal is to be debt-free, but I set target dates for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have target dates too, but I'm not sharing them.
My next goal, okay, let me just go through my financial goals for 2020. So my first on that list is to pay off my line of credit. So I have $9,700 left, and my goal is to pay that by April 2020. I usually like to use April as a good placeholder for my dates, because it's my birthday. I either use April or I'll use the end of the year. So that's how I like to push myself. So I'm giving myself April. It's a stretch. It's gonna be a stretch, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to achieve that goal.
Amen. In Jesus' name.
And then for June, I have to cash flow a couple of things, and then pay off my car loan. So by the time I'm done with my line of credit, so for June, I'm gonna have to suspend my debt payment, because I have to cash flow something for my sister, and then pay off my car loan. So my target is to pay it off by November 2020. And then at first I actually crossed it out, because my goal was to be debt free by December 2020, so pay off my car. So I pushed it to November, and then I want to do 1 month emergency savings by December. So it's a stretch. It's like, this is like the stretchiest of stretches. Like, this is me overstretching. So it's gonna be another hard year. Let's just put it out there. It's gonna be a lot of hard work. So I figured if I like last episode I talked about all those one-time expenses that I had to. So I figured I don't really have anything major that I have to do this year. So if I put a pin on, like the only thing I wanted to do was my professional exam, so I'm gonna move that to next year. That's 2021. So if I put a pin on all of these things, I can, like all that money that would have gone into towards cash flow, and except like the stuff from my sister, and that's not too much. That's just 2 months of debt payment that I can put on hold. So I think I can do it unless things just come up that I don't have control over. I'm hoping. Yeah. I'm really hoping 2019 was a good year where I didn't have unplanned emergencies. So I'm hoping that stays. That God just sends his angels just to surround me. I'm just praying that nothing happens and that would.
Yeah, I do have step into baby step 3 by October 2020. Yeah, so hopefully by this end of this year, I will be debt free and we'll be very close to the end of baby step 3. Yeah.
Okay, so another thing I want to do is I want to have, like I talked about going into overdraft back the last episode or last year. That happened twice, but what I've done, and I've done a little bit of that this year, is to set up my own personal buffers in my account where I have like my own kind of personal overdraft. So for my bill accounts, I want to have up to $300 just there sitting as a buffer for, because there are months where like things get weird, like a payment doesn't come out on the weekend and then it comes out on a day you didn't expect, and then things just get sometimes messed up. So I want to always have money in my account where it covers those, so I never have to use an overdraft because I'm gonna have to cancel my overdraft. Because I have 2 checking accounts. I have one for bills and I have one for my personal, like my cash spending. So I'll have 200 in my personal spending. And the reason why, because it's my cash spending, there are times when like, especially when I have to go to the doctor, like sometimes especially with my benefits, some places they don't do direct billing, so you have to pay the money and then your insurance pays you back. So I want to be able to have money. Throughout this year, I've always had to like take money from my already budgeted item and then wait for the payment to come in before I get that thing. So I don't want to be putting myself in that limbo where I'm not able to do anything because I've used all the money I budgeted for like a dentist appointment or something. So now I want to have like that extra money in case like there's something that I want to do, or just certain situations where there's something I want to get, but like I want to get it now, but it's not in the budget till next month. Yeah. So I want to be able to do that thing, and then when the budget comes in, I can cover, like I can always bring that buffer back to $200. So it's kind of like a mini, it will not be like an emergency, I won't call it an emergency, but it's just, I would call it more of like a curveball. Like when you have those little bumps in the road. So like I always want to have that buffer where I'm not going into overdraft or going over budget because I don't have the money to cover it. So that's what I want. So right now I'm at $200 for my bills and $100 for my check-in. So I'm just gonna beef that up, but I'm not gonna do that until after I've paid off my line of credit. So when I'm done, I'll do that and then finish my debt payments. And then so I'm gonna close my line of credit. I closed 2 of my credit cards. I still have the 1 left. Then I'm gonna leave it open for 2 to 3 months. The reason why I'm gonna do that is so that my credit score can go up. So I want like that to reflect in my credit. And then when I'm done, I'll close it so that when I close it, it doesn't have like a huge drop. Like I think that's gonna work. Like that's the plan. Like I want it to go up before it goes down, so that when it goes down, it's not going down by 11 points. Because I'm definitely gonna close it. And then because I'm closing my credit card and my current checking account doesn't have a Visa debit, so I'm gonna have to switch banks and get one that has a Visa debit card and use that as my main account. So sorry, RBC. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. ABC, Scotiabank, and TD. I'm definitely not doing TD because I was banking with them before and I had nightmares. Had nightmares with them, so I'm not going back. So it's between CIBC and Scotiabank. So I want to have a Visa debit where like I can actually use my card for things that my credit card would have Like I want something that will function as a credit card, basically. And the one I have doesn't work. So yeah. So another thing is my previous job, I had started my RSPs. So now I didn't know what I did when I did that contribution. They gave me like a list of like investments I'm going to choose from. I literally did random, like, okay, what is this? I ticked it randomly, so I have no idea what I'm invested in. So now I want to use that as a practice run for like investing. I've been doing a little bit of reading on like investments and stuff. So I want to use that to like build my investment muscles for when I'm debt free and start investing. So I'm going to use that money and make a proper investment. It's not a lot of money, but I'm going to at least work that investment muscles and get used to the whole investment world. So I don't want, right now the money is just there sitting. I don't even know how much yield it's getting. I just know that I have money somewhere, so I need to use that money for something. Yep.
Okay, so one of my other goals, I guess, is for my professional exams. Want to get that done this year, hopefully. And then my sister is getting married in July, so that's one of a big thing. Like these are kind of like financial related goals, that things that I know that are gonna happen, right?
Money for.
Yeah, those are financial related goals. And then one of the things that I want to do for myself this year is, well, as per usual, continue to practice habits that cultivate the love for God and love for myself. Also, one of the things that I learned in 2019 was that self-care means different things to different people. You know, like I thought self-care was, you have to like sit and pamper yourself and like, do a face mask and a bubble bath and all that stuff. But like self-care is different things to different people. Yeah. As long as your soul is being nourished and you're, depending on who you are, like for me, spending time with people and like building close, intimate relationships was something that was an amazing form of self-care for me. Some people don't want to see people at all in their lives, but some people, like for me, spending quality time with people was good. So so cultivating more habits that will bring me closer to God and practice self-care habits that are good for me. So like pretty much tapping into what self-care means to me. Another goal is that part of that self-care is I want to dive into the more cultural and culinary experience of Toronto.
Ooh.
So I want to go into the different little cultural hubs of Toronto. So like Little Italy, Koreatown, Chinatown, like different places.
Explore the city.
Explore the city in a more, not just go to Kensington Market. Go to places and just embrace the history. Not just be there, but be there intentionally. So learn about the history, learn about the culture, learn about the people who established those places. So that's one of my goals.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I don't have any big plans for birthdays, but I do have big plans for when I'm debt free. So that's where Trevor comes in. I'm gonna plan a nice big trip to New York and hopefully see a Broadway play, hopefully get a chance to see Trevor Noah, either like a show or something. Yeah, and then I would want to buy my first designer item. Yeah, it's not gonna be
what designer we're talking about? Is it like Aldo designer, Michael Kors designer, or like Prada designer?
No, I've always wanted a pair of Tims. Like I've had all sorts of look-alike, fake-looking Tims, but I really, really want an original.
That's very doable.
It's not. Yeah, so I was like, I want something meaningful but not expensive, and it's something that I really want. I'm not buying shoes in
like 2 days.
In 2 years. I haven't invested in shoes in 2 years, and I
Invested in
feel like
wait, you said what? Invest? What?
yes, it's an investment.
Oh man.
And I feel like when I'm debt free, I feel like it's something that I should. Well, I should. It's not a should, but like it's something that I want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. And that is pretty much all of the goals that I want to share. Because there's one more goal here, but I feel like it's personal.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few personal ones for me too, but for me, I want to like focus more on things that, more like I don't want to call it side hustles, but more on the
Supplementary income.
not necessarily, because like there are things that like it's more like a 5-year plan for me. So working on those things that will lead me there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are things that I see myself doing eventually that would be in addition to my job, because I really don't see myself not being in the job that I'm in. So it's just working. It will be more of a learning than a doing. I might see myself doing it towards the end of the year, but it's more learning. So there's a couple of courses that I want to take, and then the other thing that I want to do in terms of finances is actually lead the Financial Peace University class. So I'm hoping to do that in the summer. So hopefully I would have cleared my schedule a little bit by then. Yeah, so if you want to join an FPU class, hit me up and let me know. I would be facilitating one closer to the summer after I figured out location and all that stuff. I'm hoping to get connected with my church actually, so I'll see how that goes. So, and then another thing I want to do in terms of personal, just for myself and a little bit of, more personal, is I want to read 31 books by the end of this year, and 10 of those on finance. Another thing I want to learn is how to budget my time, because I feel like I've been disciplined enough to be able to stick to budgeting money, but I have to learn how to budget my time, because this year what I struggled the most with is finding time to do all of the things I want to do. Because all the things I want to do are great, but I just never, I always felt like I didn't have time to do all of it. But it's only because I wasn't portioning like the time that I needed. Because at the end of the day, we all have 24 hours in a day, and it's all dependent on how you choose to use that time. So I want to learn how, like, at the start of the week or start of the day, I know that from this time to this time, I'm focusing on my work, I'm focusing on work. From this time to this time, or this time of the day, I'm focusing on podcasts, or I'm focusing on this part or this other thing, this side thing that I'm doing, like, or like learning this new skill. So I just don't want to have wasted time where, like, I know that, okay, if it's, I would also have time too for like relaxing and unwinding and like watching TV, but I just don't want to like come home and not have anything to do. I just like mindlessly go through the rest of the day. Yeah, so that's one of the major things that I want to learn or practice doing for this year. I want to keep practicing minimalism and just continue to declutter my life and like I've done a good job of decluttering my apartment, but I want to more of like declutter just like my mind and just like things and like, just random stuff, like practicing just letting go of things that are not adding anything to my life, and practicing bringing in things that are gonna let me grow. And a lot of it would be social media. I'm gonna spend less time on my personal social media, because I spend a lot of time on social media, but not for like just going through social media, but because of content creating. So if I'm gonna be spending time on social media, it's because I'm creating content for our page and not just scrolling through. Like 2 days or 3 days ago, I spent like I woke up in the morning and I was on my phone till 12 p.m. I think that was on Christmas Day or like Christmas New Year's Eve. I was just mindlessly going through Instagram. And I was like, my whole day is gone. you just feel stupid after that. Yeah, so I'm gonna limit myself to that. And then another thing that I want to do is, this was something I used to do a few years ago. I had a gratitude journal where at the end of the day I'll write 3 things I was thankful for that day. I stopped doing that. So now instead of just writing in the book, I want to create like a jar. I think I saw this somewhere on social media where you write. I think I actually did this like with our connect group, but that didn't really stick. But what I want to do at the end of my day, I write like a gratitude and put it in a jar, and then at the end of the year, I'll have like all these things that I can look at and be like, oh, all of this happened. So that's something I want to do. And then in terms of my spiritual walk, I want to be able to like read my Bible more. Obviously, everybody says that, but I want to be able to read the whole, like all the books of the Bible. I think this year I try to do it, but I would say I did like 80% of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to go back and like read those ones that I didn't finish and then start all over again. I should be able to do it, and just I want to be able to like intentionally devote more time to just spending time, like intentionally spend time with God, like have times in the week or the day where I'm having times of silence and just prayer and listening and things like that, because I feel like I did that a lot last year, like 2019 at the beginning of the year, and I kind of it just kind of fizzled away. So I want to keep that momentum, because it was really good for me at the beginning of the year, because that's where I got a lot of clarity on the things that I ended up doing throughout the year. So I usually start my year like with a 21, not usually, I only started this last year. So I used to do like with church, but it was never really like I just did it because the church said fast. But now I'm like more intentional in doing like a 21-day fast and prayer. And I'm not just doing it because I want to fast, but it's because it's more of preparing myself for the year to come and what the year has. And it's just all these goals we're talking about. It's me praying over them continuously. Like every day I pick a certain goal that I'm going to pray about and just talk to God about it and listening. And all of these goals, it's most times I write my goals and it ends up changing, because I might, like God might say something else, like, okay, do this instead. So it's not just me writing my goal and say, okay, I'm going to go do this. I have to talk to God about it too. So that's what I'm going to do. I just started this year and just kind of like have that practice as a continuous practice. Not like fasting every day, but like having that time, that special time where you're like sitting and like it's in addition to my like normal devotion that I'll have when I'm reading my Bible and praying, but like having time again where you're like actually listening and staying in silence. And then one thing that I want to do is actually create a YouVersion plan. That's the major thing for me in terms of, it's something I've always wanted to do, but I never knew what I wanted to do it for. But now I feel like I have a clearer picture of what I want to create it for. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do that. And then, there's one thing. I want to learn how to swim. You know what? This has been on my goals for like 10 years now. Every year, I would say, God, I want to learn how to swim. But guess what? I've already signed up. So, January 6th, I'm going to start my first class. No, actually, January 7th, today. So, my first class, I'm going to start, and we'll see how that goes. Because I'm always that person in the group where they're like, oh, let's go to the beach. Like, I'm always the first to say, let's go to the beach. When everyone is in the water, I'm like, I cannot swim. So, I really need to learn how to swim. And then, in terms of this podcast, two sides of a dime, we got goals, we got goals. So, I'm hoping that we would grow to 5,000 listeners by the end of 2020.
Amen.
And then for YouTube, I want us to grow to 2,500 subscribers, and then our Instagram grow to 5,000 followers.
Hey.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Very achievable. Just had to put in a lot of work. So just my goal this year is to like focus more on like providing content that focuses on our journey as well, not just saying do this, do that, but actually showing things that we're actually doing, like our grocery runs and just a regular budget that we're doing and things like that could be helpful. Apart from don't do this, don't do it.
I feel like we said don't do it a lot last year.
So yeah, that's kind of a wrap of all the goals that we have this year, and then a few personal things that I'm gonna keep to myself.
Yes.
Until you have been realized.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah. So 2020 it's a really, I think like it's a monumental decade where I feel like there's a lot of things that people were like, oh, by 2020 this is gonna
Yes,
happen.
the year of vision and clarity.
This is gonna happen. So for me, it's just, I feel like by 2020 my finances would have been like ironed out, like it would have been ironed out like straight, like okay, by 2020 debt is done, that era is over, and now I'm like okay,
Focusing on new.
moving on.
I feel like it's just gonna be cleaning up house and setting up new things. Yeah. That's why I didn't want that's why most of my goals are like, wavy. Going with the wavelengths, because I know there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come up in 2020 that are more of like new, like the newness of things, just because the financial goals are gonna be done with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. That's all we have. If you have your goals to share with us, like I've been seeing a lot of people making the debt-free community hashtag, posting their goals, and a lot of it very interesting goals. And so if you want to share with us, please do so. If you have questions, follow us on social media. We're gonna put this on our social media. We don't forget. If you have questions, let us know, and we hope to hear from you.